Now, since the government announced guidelines to ensure the safety of all Kenyans, religious institutions have been swift to effect changes geared towards total compliance. This morning, a spot check revealed that many churches were observing hand hygiene with sanitizers and water available to protect their congregants against coronavirus. Our reporter Emmanuel Toy is visiting different churches to capture the mood, and now joins us live from All Saints Cathedral here in Nairobi. Good afternoon, Toy. It's great to see you. Talk to us about the situation there at the All Saints Cathedral and the churches that you've been to. Are they adhering to these safety precautionary measures as directed by CS Mutai Kagwe Toy? Toy, if you can hear me, good afternoon. Talk to us about the situation at the All Saints Cathedral.
Well, Grace, I didn't get that clearly, but we are at the All Saints Cathedral, where the services have been changed a little bit because after the backdrop of what happened here on Friday, where the first coronavirus case was reported in Kenya. And just to bring you into perspective is that some of the activities have changed. There are no handshakes here. There are no contacts between the congregants. And just to put that into perspective, I'm joined by Reverend Evans Omolo, who is the assistant provost here, to give us more details. Please, Reverend, please tell us what are the preparedness measures that you've put into place to make sure that we contain this situation.
Yeah, thanks. Here at All Saints Cathedral, we've heeded the call by the government, Ministry of Health, on the need to take precautions to ensure that we mitigate the spread of coronavirus. And therefore, we, in our services, have advised our members to take an array of measures, including, one, we've advised our congregation to avoid body contact. And so we are using the acronym ABC, avoid body contact. But we've also encouraged them to use sanitizers. And as you come in the cathedral, all across every door, there are sanitizers where as they walk in, everybody is meant to sanitize themselves. When they come in, when they go out in the sanctuary, they are placed at strategic places for periodic sanitization of hands across the services. We've also advised that during the Holy Communion services that we do not use the chalice. The chalice is the big cup. So we are going for the small cups. And that is actually to mitigate so many people touching one cup and passing it on to the others. We've also advised, we have also been advised by the Archbishop that if this moves on, we might consider suspending Holy Communion. But further, we've advised our members who are showing signs of coughing or sneezing to avoid public places, and we've as well advised them actually to stay at home because of the potential of the virus being carried by the droplets of their coughs and their sneezing. Those are some of the measures we've taken to help mitigate the spread of corona. But we are advising our members not to be carriers and propagators of fake news, because there's a lot of fake news going on both on social media and from one-on-one, to rely on credible information shared by the government and that we share here as a church, because we are also working with our experts in the church.
Okay, and maybe about the distance between the congregants, those people sitting in the church, what have you done? Because you are supposed to maintain some distance from each other. What have you done on that?
I think on that we've allowed nature to take its course. The services are not as packed as they've been, and so naturally people have found themselves sitting quite freely, not squeezed together. Obviously, because of the limited space we have, we still have people sitting fairly close to each other, but we are advising on those precautionary measures that we mentioned.
Well, thank you very much. That has been Reverend Evans Omolo. And just to get a feel of the congregants, please join us here at KTN News. What is the feel today? How is the service different from the normal one?
Well, thank you so much. As you've heard from the Assistant Provost, as a member of the congregation, we have seen what All Saints Cathedral have been able to do in terms of following what the guidelines that the Ministry of Health have given. And I really don't want to add or subtract anything, but mine is to say that we have put enough measures just to control the spread of this virus.
All right, and maybe lastly, let me speak to the lady. What is, according to you, what is the change? What is the difference? Do you see any change in today's service?
Majorly, after the announcement was done, after it was confirmed that there's one case that is already in hospital, most people are scared of even coming to church. So maybe the biggest change we've seen so far is that the numbers have gone a bit low. But generally, our service we have maintained. We have ensured that at least they have ensured that we sanitize our hands when we go in, when we go out. So we feel safe and we feel secure. At the end of the day, it is God who protects us. And as a congregant, I feel safe coming to church, and I encourage people to go to church. It is God who protects us, and whether this coronavirus is here or not, let's put our hope and trust in God.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. That is what you have from this place. The normal way the service is done is different today. People are being told to sanitize their hands. There are no handshakes allowed. There are no body contacts allowed. And that is just to control this problem because there's only one case that has been reported. And just to reiterate this, the basic hygiene is the only thing that the government is saying that we as Kenyans should continue to adhere to, and to make sure that we maintain that as the government continues to contain the situation. Back to you, Grace.
Indeed, Tor, thank you so much for that. Our reporter Emmanuel Tor coming to us live from the All Saints Cathedral Church, where he was just talking to us about the situation there, of course, in light of the coronavirus outbreak. Let's take you to Mombasa now. And churches and worshippers have fully embraced measures to contain the coronavirus. Several churches at the coastal city have sanitizers and detergents for hand washing at the entrance. And Health Talk is now part of this service at the Mombasa Memorial Cathedral.
These are the sanitizers, thank you. Yeah. So we do like that, and then people enter the church.
Okay.
We also have healthy talks in every service. So we have already had it in the first service, and we are going to have those healthy talks in every service today. The other measure that we've put in place is asking our Christians, those who are not feeling well, if they feel some symptoms of flu, then we are asking them to remain at home and get some medical attention. We are taking a whole communion. It's quite safe because we are using the small cups. And the people who are giving the bread are actually washing their hands with the sanitizers, and then they give the bread to the communicants. And so we feel that is a bit safe. We don't have to do any other measures apart from that, but we can improve further. Another thing that we've done is to make sure that we've closed our playground for the children. We have a children's playground. When they come to church, they normally pray at their children's corner, but we've closed that for the time being, so that the children don't interact in that way. We feel that they are more secure when we put such kind of measures. And we are also asking our people to maintain cleanliness in the washrooms and even anywhere that they are, to try as much as possible and improve cleanliness.
West Pakistan.